one mining skill all employers want from their new starters. Conversations about mining. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Andrew. How you going?
Yeah, really good. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year.
It was. It kind of feels like it never happened. Feels like it was about 10 years ago now. It's been a
Yeah,
crazy
it
start.
goes quick and everybody's back into it. I looked at the job ads yesterday and everybody's looking for everybody everywhere at the moment, which is
Yeah,
good. And I've
yeah,
just
it
got to
is.
do a shout out to Andy, who got himself a job a few months ago. Yeah, he was did his master's in mining engineering in Kalgoorlie and couldn't get himself a job, so he did the DIY package and got himself a job washing out monos for $50 an hour. So well done, Andy. Yeah, I'm sure that that'll lead to something else, and yeah, you can keep on going.
Awesome. Congratulations, Andy.
Well done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so and the reason I wanted to give Andy a shout out was the one bit of feedback that he did get from his employer that employed him was that the reason that they hired him was because he could talk to them about what a monotank is and why they needed to be washed out and what everybody else was doing around him and all that sort of stuff. And it didn't take them too long to get him up to speed so he could work independently. And he
Yeah.
really, was very forthright in letting me know all that. And yeah, he wanted me to pass that on to everybody else. So knowing how the mine works, that's the biggest skill that you can gain to get yourself a mining job. And I think people just really overlook that at times.
And especially at the moment where there's not the kind of more unskilled entry level roles like the trade assistant roles or the dump truck traineeships that everyone's usually looking for and trying to get into, or even shutdown work for, trades. There's just not that work at the moment. And so if you do want to get a foot in the door and you are completely green, the only way you've really got to look at the moment is underground. And that's, you need to know how it works because yeah, you're not just going to stroll in as a nipper or onto the service crew if you don't have any idea what you're doing. You may think you've probably got the skills and you probably can do the job, but you're just not even going to get to an interview.
Yeah, I tell people the issue's not teaching you how to do the practical side of the jobs. Like teaching a nipper to put the bolt on the end of the jumbo only takes 2 minutes. But teaching them enough about what's going on around them so you can give them a ute to go and get everything that they need to bring it back to the
Yeah,
jumbo operator without hurting themselves or hurting somebody else, that's where the struggle is. And it's the same with the trucks. If you need longer, you need somebody in there with you, making sure you're doing the right thing. The more they ramp the pressure up and the more people they go through. And so when you
yeah,
can walk into the interview and you can talk to them about refuge chambers and stench gas and cap lamp signals, put you 6 to 8 weeks ahead of everybody else that is interviewing for those jobs. And that's how you get the job. But you've got to learn it, you've got to know it. And it's a skill that they'll look at and go, yes, that person knows how my mind works. So I can get them up to speed in a short amount of time and throw them in the deep end and get a productive member of crew because that's what everybody's looking for.
yeah. And they also know as well that if you have done the training, that you know what you're getting yourself into. You have an idea about how it's going to work, what a day is going to look like for you, what it's going to be like being underground and actually doing the job. And so that's also gives them a bit of comfort as well, knowing that you'll have some longevity in the job.
Yeah, the employers do like the fact that we cover the good stuff and the bad stuff in the training. So the whole
Yeah.
idea is that you're not going to be blindsided by anything because that's what happens to
Mhm.
people. Andy on the mine site that he's on, he got informed when he started that in the last 8 months, 66 people, new starters, have been put on, and 62 of them have failed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives you some idea, and it is what it is. People just jump into it without knowing what they're getting themselves into, and fair enough. But the good thing about the training is that you're going to know whether you actually want to go and do this or not. So if you do the training
Yeah.
and you decide it's not going to be for you, then it gives you a good opportunity to pivot to another area of the industry or put a line under mining and go and do something else instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was my biggest bugbear as a shift boss. You get all these people turn up and they last 3 or 4 days, and you'd be driving them out to the airport because they've quit, and they'd be, you'd ask them, what was wrong, and they'd just say to you, "I didn't, this isn't what I thought mining was," and you ask them, "Well, what
Yeah.
did you think mining was?" And they were just like, "Well, not this," and so it
Yeah.
doesn't really leave you much to go on, or where to go or anything like that. So yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, the easiest way in is to do the training, and you can get your resume done with Jess with the three-step plan package if you want.
Yeah.
If you just want to do the DIY, there's full instructions in there. If you want some help, you can get the work ready and get one of the shift bosses to help you as well. It just depends on what level of support you want. But the thing is learning it. If you know it and learn it, you've got something to offer the employers, and that's how everybody that we help gets jobs. So yeah,
Yeah.
really important stuff that people overlook. Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So if you've got any other questions that you'd like to ask, or you've got a $35 question that you'd like Jess to ask it on one stage, please send them through. And if you could share this video around and like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.
Thank you.